codominance is another fascinating pattern of inheritance that contrasts with complete dominance and incomplete dominance. In codominance, neither allele is dominant or recessive to another. Instead, both alleles contribute equally and simultaneously to the phenotype of the heterozygous individual. This results in the expression of both alleles directly and visibly in the offspring. A classic example of codominance can be seen in human blood type inheritance. The ABO blood type system involves three alleles, I capital A, I capital B, and lowercase I. Alleles capital I and capital A, and capital I, capital B are codominant to each other, while allele I, lowercase I, is recessive. Individuals can inherit blood types A, B, and O based on this combination of alleles. In the case of blood type AB, both capital B and capital B, A and capital B alleles, are expressed equally, resulting in an individual having both A and B antigens on their red blood cells. This is quite a complex example, but it does show, it's a really common example that you'll see. Another well-known example of codominance occurs in certain breeds of cattle, where coat coloration is determined by alleles that produce distinct colours. For example, in some cattle breeds, the alleles for red colour coat and white colour coat are codominant. Heterozygous individuals display a coat colour pattern where both red and white hairs are visibly present, rather than a blended intermediate colour as seen in incomplete dominance. The concept of codominance extends beyond visible traits like blood type and coat colour. It also applies to molecular traits such as certain enzymes or proteins, where multiple alleles can produce slightly different variations of the protein and that coexist and contribute to the overall function or phenotype. Unlike incomplete dominance, which results in a blending of traits, codominance maintains the distinct expression of each allele. So this characteristic makes codominance particularly valuable in genetics research and breeding programs where precise control and understanding of trait expression is crucial. So it's a common example that you'll see is a cow. In a cow that has incomplete dominance, you would see spotted patterns. You would see a blend of both of the traits, while in codominance you would see each distinct colour. They wouldn't be blending together to form the same colour, they would be blending in spots. Here's a good question to test it, Okay, so in this example, it gives you a good visualization of codominance versus incomplete dominance. You can see here that in incomplete dominance, we have both of the traits blending together to form an intermediate, in this case pink. While codominance, both of the traits are still being expressed, they're just doing so independently from each other. Again, in my cow example, a better idea would be you have a white cow and a black cow. In incomplete dominance, they would blend together to create a grey cow. In codominance, you would get a spotty cow that has patches of black or patches of white, and then the remainder of their coat would be the opposite colour. It's a really interesting phenomenon, and hopefully it can get you thinking about in real life when you might see a flower, what is actually happening on a molecular level.